Surely you must be thinking that always to know what differentiates those great business magnate billionaires from the rest of society. That final piece of the code is not just luck, not the privilege. It remains a certain way, different from the world that can change your view on money and victory. However, in this first installment of this three-part series of articles, you will be taken through some of the most potent strategies of billionaires with regard to wealth creation and preservation. Think about the possibility of opening the door into the future full of opportunities for self-improvement and self-sustainability. Do you get the feeling of financial burdens? Do you find yourself dreaming of making much-needed money while living a much better life? You're not alone. This video will give you sound advice on how to improve your financial status and better deal with the challenges of wealth accumulation. Stay tuned to uncover these secrets and be in for a writing spree, because it's time to unleash your roadmap to high performers. As much as we talk about owning things, most billionaires do not own their business ventures to the core. But they invest only a minority of the business so they can effectively capture growth options while avoiding personal jeopardy. In this regard, this strategy helps them develop the right kind of exposure to investors and partners who can invest funds and contribute specialized knowledge. For example, consider the example of Elon Musk, who was able to maintain a large percent of the company ownership while sourcing for other investors for the company's growth. They make its ownership shared, going a long way into promoting resilience and innovation within the said space. By doing this approach not only improves their capability to scale, but also gives them the platform to operate as providers of value within the marketplace as they look forward to a future that is packed full of potential. When it comes to making money, investment in property are still cited as likely to help one become a millionaire. But if one's goal is to be a billionaire, then the approach is slightly different, and that play is private equity. Private investments often form the greater part of the accumulated wealth, as billionaires use the prowess of investment companies to earn more wealth. For instance, they look at how corporations such as Blackstone have turned real estate business ventures into gargantuan returns by purchase and control. People believe that owning rental houses makes them richer, but investing in private equity is a game changer for those wanting to build a better life. If it is to invest and grow, it's all about where to invest, and that the key to success is sustaining through market volatility. Another point that goes without mentioning is the desire of billionaires to take other people's money for the development of their business plans. This strategy enables them to start and develop businesses with minimal collateral to their personal properties. They should be able to attract investors for them to obtain additional capital base, which in turn would result in high performance of their enterprises. For instance, Richard Branson is one of the most famous businesspersons who always looked for outside funding to start out different ventures, be it airlines or even music labels. This approach does not only reduce one's financial burden, but also allows them to make risks that, if they work out, yield good returns. If you are planning to enhance your own financial position, think about how you would be able to utilize your network or crowdfunding sources to turn your ideas into reality. For after all, the right partners will lead to a bright future out of the door. Occupations such as doctors, lawyers, engineers, or other white-collar jobs do give shot at millionaire, but they are not billionaire jobs. Due to these professions tend to require a lot of years of study or training before one achieves their desired financial rewards, which may in turn have a slow rate of exponential growth once one is accomplished. For instance, a successful surgeon can make a rather good income from operating, but this income is bound by hours during the year and cases handled. While billionaires invest in value-generating, scalable enterprises that can produce revenue not tied to hours on the job. If you are in a high-paid career and want to build wealth in the future, maybe start your own venture, investing in fixed income, especially in properties or businesses. This change may well be what you have been waiting for to free you from these two jobs and get a better life. What we found was that the time needed to deal with individual customers rather than businesses can be quite different in terms of profits. That is why systems with narratives about billionaires engaged in B2B sales seem to indicate that such a strategy is much more profitable than B2C, business-to-consumer sales. For example, consider software organizations, such as Salesforce.com, which primarily operate on the basis of contracts signed with gigantic organizations. By grooming such business relations, considerable profits can be earned, and it reveals the importance of commitment and how hard each idea can be. In case you are trying to gain better revenues, you may want to consider focusing on business-to-business industry or companies which could act as your multiplier. It not only allows you to get the most out of each currency, but also puts you in the best light of being a sought-after commodity in the market. Huge numbers of billionaires are born into specific circumstances that give them privileges, including education and economic security. It is for this reason that such background usually provides them with the essentials of effectiveness in their business dealings. For instance, give technology insiders such as Mark Zuckerberg the freedom, support from his family and education the same liberal support for innovation. Not all people are created equal, and the testimony that individual backgrounds play a role is enough to encourage personal change. If you are in a similar position, concentrate on establishing your own contacts and searching for cataloging coursework or any other types of tutorials. However, do not forget that the presented barriers can be combated and will allow someone to create a more optimistic perspective for themselves. Getting and possessing technology and powerful networks definitely helps or hinders one in the financial realm. Most billionaires use modern tools and relationships that help them expand their businesses at a fast pace. For instance, reflect on what Jeff Bezos did to exploit the opportunities that the internet brought to make a new revolution in the retail sector with Amazon. The opportunities that he had to use technology and sources of suppliers, he made adaptable and efficient business model which transformed the way we shop. If you're interested with improving one's position, consider how you can leverage the existing opportunities to level up, or acquire knowledge on new software or application to learn, participate in groups, and attend meetings or events. As mentioned above, the ability to adapt to changes in the tools you employ will help you stand out as a unique source of solutions in your industry. Entities and circumstances that surround billionaires sometimes dictate them certain conditions, which are unachievable to an average person. Market conditions, such as timing, the state of the economy, and even cultural factors may be powerful means of building wealth. For instance, early tech billionaires were created when a new digital revolution swept through industries and created new value. It provided them opportunities to grow high-performance enterprises capable of achieving success in a competitive environment. If you want to make money for yourself alone, depend on what is happening in the micro and macro environment, and think of how you can best align yourself to ride on these emerging opportunities. The ability to adapt in those areas can enhance life, especially in areas that you might not have previously thought of. Knowing some of the secrets that only billionaires know is good, but it is even better to start applying them in your life right now. Consider all that you can do in order to analyze your own life and enable you identify the gaps that you want to fill. As you watch your favorite show, do you make yourself available to take on new challenges? Are there any plans being arranged to strengthen personal levels of individual resilience as well as change the financial state for the better? Alright, fellows, this is the first video in this series. In the next part, there will be going even more in-depth into more radical ideas for changing your life. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next episode of our shows together. Please stay curious and let's continue to learn and applying new knowledge to make a brighter future for all of us.